Do you remember the most shocking moment in the history of the 2022 Oscars? When Will Smith suddenly stepped onto the stage and landed a punch squarely on Chris Rock's face, the entire world went silent. That slap didn't just make viewership spike by 56%, it instantly exploded across every social media platform, turning into a flood of mocking memes and endless debates. From that moment on, all eyes were no longer on the nominees or who would win Best Actor. The focus shifted entirely to Will's actions. Did that slap really mark the end of his illustrious career? And after 3 tumultuous years, where is Will Smith now? What is he doing? And could he ever return to his former glory? Let's dive behind the scenes to uncover the story, the secrets, and the little-known twists in the life and career of Will Smith. From 1996 until now, whenever people talk about famous black actors, almost everyone immediately thinks of one name: Will Smith. He is not just an actor, but a global icon. The name Will Smith seems to carry with it strength, humor, and boundless energy. Not only conquering the world of film, Will also commands the television stage, turning comedic roles, energetic rap performances, and even intense action roles into a signature brand that is unmistakable. He does it all: acting, comedy, rap, and it seems nothing is too difficult for the black man once dubbed the most powerful actor on the planet. Will's success doesn't stop at the small or big screen. It extends to music, where he has won Grammy Awards, had albums top the Billboard charts, and earned admiration from audiences worldwide. Will Smith was born and raised in West Philadelphia, a humble yet vibrant neighborhood where everyday stories were always mixed with laughter and challenges. His mother was a school administrator in Philadelphia, while his father worked diligently as a refrigeration engineer to support the family. Will has an older sister and twin younger siblings, and although his parents separated when he was just 13, their divorce was not officially finalized until around 2000. Even in his high school years at Overbrook, Will stood out for his intelligence and insatiable curiosity. He was even offered an extremely prestigious scholarship from MIT and was invited to join a pre-engineering program, a dream opportunity for many. But Will, with a burning passion for the stage and theater, turned them all down. He once jokingly said that his mother had a friend working at MIT, and coincidentally, his SAT scores were sky high, plus the school's preference for black students. It all seemed to point toward a brilliant academic path for him. Yet Will only wanted the spotlight, the music, and the laughter of the audience, the one true passion that made his heart ignite. After leaving school, Will began his career as an MC alongside his childhood friend Jeffrey and beatboxer Ready Rock C. The trio quickly made their mark with energetic, humorous performances and unforgettable songs like Parents Just Don't Understand and Summertime. Within just a few years, they received critical acclaim, and in 1988, Will won a Grammy Award in the rap category at just 20 years old, a fame that came too early, yet carried immense weight. With sudden wealth and recognition, Will dove into a life of extravagance, spending freely and enjoying everything he had earned. But life was not all rosy. That enormous sum of money came without tax responsibility, and when the IRS came knocking, Will realized that fame and fortune could not shield him from harsh reality. By 1990, shortly after reaching the peak, Will was nearly bankrupt, standing amidst the wreckage of his youth, fame, and responsibilities he had not yet learned to balance. Yet luck did not abandon him, as NBC threw him a lifeline at just the right moment. Will Smith first came into the public eye when he appeared on the hit series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a show that not only made him a familiar face on television, but also laid the foundation for his grand dream: to become one of the greatest movie stars of all time. With his energy, charisma, and natural acting ability, Will quickly won over audiences, proving that he was not only a talented rapper, but also a promising actor. Stepping into the world of cinema, Will Smith truly exploded onto the scene. He earned the nickname King of the Blockbuster, with iconic roles such as Captain Stephen Hiller in Independence Day and Agent J in Men in Black. His appeal on the big screen was undeniable. 8 consecutive films starring him each grossed over $100 million at the U.S. box office, bringing the total revenue during his peak period from 2000 to 2008 to a staggering $3.3 billion. Notable films such as Men in Black 2, Bad Boys 2, Robot, Hitch, The Pursuit of Happiness, I Am Legend, and Hancock not only achieved financial success, but also showcased Will's versatility, ranging from thrilling action to emotionally rich, deeply nuanced performances. His roles in Hitch and The Pursuit of Happiness even brought him closer to Oscar glory, earning him nominations for Best Actor, while his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and his position as one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood were clear testaments to his irreplaceable status. But Will Smith's talents were not limited to the screen. He was also a phenomenon in music. He won a Grammy, his albums topped the Billboard charts, and he became one of the most beloved rappers of the 1990s. Will's music perfectly combined catchy melodies with emotionally resonant lyrics, reflecting the man he was off stage. Joyful, optimistic, yet full of passion and ambition. Alongside his dazzling career, Will Smith also built an image of an ideal family. He married Jada Pinkett, a life partner and career companion, and together they raised 2 talented children, Jaden, born 1998, and Willow, born 2000. Willow is a bold, stylish model with a rebellious flair. She even appeared as Will Smith's daughter in I Am Legend. Meanwhile, their eldest, Jaden, gained fame with the film The Karate Kid. Both have pursued careers in the arts, contributing to a family image that has inspired the public. However, unlike the happy facade presented to the world, beneath the surface, cracks in the family dynamic were growing. It was around this time that signs of decline began to appear in Will's career. Of course, not every moment in Will Smith's career has shone as brightly as the Hollywood spotlight. After the release of 7 Pounds in 2008, Will decided to take a break from acting to focus on his family while also confronting some deep personal challenges. He admitted to experiencing a material success addiction, a state in which neither fame nor money could fill the emptiness he felt inside. After developing the habit of drinking vodka at lunch and eating so many carbs that his family began teasingly calling him a pudge muffin, Will realized it was time to take action. He called an urgent family meeting to discuss his eating habits, a decision that was both serious and humorous, making him feel more relatable to the audience. In an episode of the Red Table Talk series on Facebook Watch, Will Smith, then 50 years old, revealed that he had tried a 10-day fasting regimen to reset his relationship with food and improve his overall health. It wasn't clear exactly what Will's fasting plan involved, as people used the term to describe everything from consuming only liquids, restricting meals at certain times of the day, to abstaining from food entirely. What drew attention, however, was that after just 4 days, Will measured his blood pressure and noticed a significant drop, so much so that he was able to stop taking the blood pressure medication he had relied on for a decade. One little-known fact is that during this period, Will also engaged in risky behavior, using hallucinogenic drugs up to 14 times as a way to seek release from stress and a sense of emptiness. His personal life was not without turbulence either. Jada Pinkett's 40th birthday party was widely criticized as over-the-top, prompting Will to reflect deeply on the path he was taking. He decided to step back from the pressures of fame, regain balance, and steer his life in his own direction, not just for himself, but for his family as well. In 2012, after several conflicts and challenges, Will reconciled with Jada, mending their relationship and strengthening the foundation of their family, which allowed him to rediscover motivation and joy in his career. Will Smith's return to film came in spectacular fashion with the release of Men in Black 3 that same year, which grossed $654 million and proved that his talent and appeal had not faded. However, not every project was successful. After Earth, 2013, an action film co-starring his son Jaden Smith, was a complete flop both commercially and critically, demonstrating that even a once glorious career is always vulnerable to risk and challenges. This phase in Will Smith's life clearly illustrates that even the biggest stars must face crises, setbacks, and mental pressures. The period from 2016 to 2022 was marked by significant turbulence in both Will Smith's personal life and his career. Prior to this, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith had often been the subject of rumors about cracks in their relationship, yet they continued to appear together in public, support each other's individual projects, and maintain the image of a strong family. He has a son named Trey, 33, with his ex-wife, Cherie Zampino, but their father-son relationship has never been entirely smooth, going through numerous ups and downs and emotional distances that only their family truly understands. In an interview with Today, Jada Pinkett revealed that the most tense period came around 2016, when both she and Will felt exhausted by their relationship and had considered the possibility of not continuing together. However, they agreed not to divorce and were determined to work through their differences despite all the turbulence and pressure from public scrutiny. The couple's period of separation coincided with Jada dating the younger singer August Alsina, who is the same age as Will's son. When discussing the separation on Red Table Talk, Jada said she had not mentioned the relationship publicly for many years. Meanwhile, Alsina himself brought the information to the public and claimed that Will Smith knew about and supported his relationship with Jada. Jada, however, clarified candidly, Will did not actually support the dating. At that time, the couple was separated, and she simply wanted to explain that Alsina did not disrupt their family's happiness. After reconciling with her husband, Jada stated that she had not seen Alsina for many years. Following the talk show, Will Smith became the target of ridicule on social media. Many netizens turned images of his sad expression when hearing his wife confirm the rumor into memes, often referencing posts where Will had previously expressed love and appreciation for his family online. In 2016, he officially divorced Jada Pinkett Smith, ending a relationship that had once been admired but was also highly complex. During this time, rumors circulated about an alleged affair with Margot Robbie, accompanied by leaked photos in magazines. Although Margot denied all accusations, Will's public image began to erode, and many viewed him as a failure in the eyes of a critical public. By 2020, Jada Pinkett Smith publicly revealed her entanglement with August Alsina, a close friend of her son, which further strained her relationship with Will and became a shocking topic on social media. After Jada admitted to having a third-party involvement, Will Smith also spoke publicly about his family life, openly sharing for the first time the unique nature of their relationship. He confirmed that neither of them followed a traditional monogamous model and admitted that he himself had had extramarital relationships, although these secrets had never been disclosed to the public. In a 2021 interview with GQ, Will explained that from the beginning, Jada hadn't really wanted to marry, but she agreed because she wanted to make him happy and was already pregnant with their first child. Will shared, Jada never believed in traditional marriage. She grew up in a family with very unconventional relationships, so the way she views and lives life is completely different from me. His words evoked both curiosity and emotion from the audience, as he not only revealed the truth, but also showed deep respect for his wife. The actor emphasized that their way of life is not meant for everyone. He told GQ, "We gave each other absolute trust and freedom. We believe that everyone needs to find their own path. Marriage cannot be a prison. I'm not advocating this way of life for anyone else, but the experiences we shared and the unconditional support we gave each other, this is the highest definition of love." The public witnessed a Will Smith who had once seemed invincible now confronting personal cracks under scrutiny, placed in a position both vulnerable and judged. Will not only face difficulties in his personal life, but his film career also suffered a severe decline. The movies in which he starred, such as Bright and Gemini Man, despite having large budgets, lacked standout qualities and failed to make an impact like his previous blockbusters. Other projects, like Suicide Squad and Aladdin, were also criticized by reviewers for lacking originality and distinctiveness, forcing Will to endure a period of consecutive failures, even being regarded as experiencing an artistic downturn. Moreover, 2016 was a year full of personal tragedy when Will's father was diagnosed with cancer and given only 6 weeks to live. The father-son relationship had always been complicated, as Will had felt powerless watching his father abuse his mother without being able to do anything. When his father passed away on November 7, 2016, feelings of regret and self-reproach forced Will to confront profound pain, serving as a reminder that even superstars are not immune to hidden suffering and loss. This period marked one of the most challenging times in Will Smith's life, a shaky career, a troubled personal life, and intertwined personal traumas. As his career was in a steep decline, rather than striving to revive it, Will Smith, known for his hot-headed nature, took an action that could be seen as putting an end to his entire career. On March 27, 2022, the world witnessed a shocking moment in Oscar history when Will Smith walked onto the stage and slapped Chris Rock after Rock made a crude joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith's hair loss. This impulsive act immediately stunned the entire audience and quickly spread across social media, dividing public opinion between those who sympathized with the protecting family rationale and those who criticized Will for his violent reaction. Despite the controversial slap, Will still won the Oscar for Best Actor, and in his acceptance speech, he tried to justify his actions as a way to defend his wife from public ridicule. However, the consequences were immediate. Police prepared to arrest Will following the assault, although Chris Rock declined to press charges. Shortly afterward, Will publicly apologized to Chris Rock on Instagram, expressing remorse and a desire to make amends after the incident. Even with the apology, Will Smith's public image took a severe hit. He was banned from attending the Oscars for 10 years, lost thousands of followers on social media, and film studios became hesitant to collaborate with him, causing significant setbacks in his acting career. This event was not only a shock to the public, but also a bitter lesson on balancing personal emotions with one's public image. Many considered the slap to be the clearest indication of the actor's psychological instability. Friends reportedly sent messages of support, advising him to seek professional counseling. During that period, he left the United States to participate in meditation and yoga retreats to restore his mental well-being. After the 2022 Oscar shock, Will Smith chose to avoid the media for an extended period, almost disappearing from the public eye. However, in November 2022, he marked his first return to television on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, where he openly shared his story for the first time. Will spoke candidly, "I completely lost control. That anger had been building up for a very long time." He described the Oscar stage moment as a horrifying evening where all emotions boiled over. "There were so many issues, so complex. By the end of the night, I truly went insane and couldn't control myself. The only thing I can say now is that you will never know what someone has been through." Will also referenced psychological wounds from his past, especially witnessing his father abuse his mother. "It all came flooding back at that moment, but that's not the person I wanted to be." His statements revealed that the violent act on the Oscar stage was not just a spur-of-the-moment incident, but rather the culmination of years of pain and mental pressure, of which the public only saw the tip of the iceberg. This appearance also served to promote his new film, Emancipation, which he described as the most challenging project of his career. He expressed concern that both he and the crew might be affected by the prior scandal, and that audiences might not support the film. Nevertheless, on March 2nd, Will Smith received the Beacon Award at the annual African American Film Critics Association (AAFCA) event in Los Angeles for his role as a slave seeking enlistment in Emancipation. The actor spoke emotionally, Emancipation is the most difficult project I've ever undertaken. It's so hard to put a modern mindset into that era. It's hard to imagine the inhumanity that occurred. I want to thank AFTA and everyone in the audience today for helping bring this story to life. Notably, this was also Will Smith's first appearance at an awards event since being banned from attending the Oscars for 10 years, although he remained eligible to receive nominations and win awards. In recent years, Will Smith has also made efforts to revive his career, but the public seems to have lost some interest in his film projects. In an attempt to rebuild his image, Will turned back to music, releasing a new album titled Girls. But the album was criticized for sounding outdated, no longer carrying the youthful and vibrant style of his golden years. Undeterred, Will embarked on a world tour, and reports indicated that he was still able to fill many large venues overseas. However, this comeback was not without controversy. Clips that Will posted showing the crowds at his shows quickly sparked debate. Many audience members and experts noted that the images of the crowd appeared distorted and warped, with banners reading "I love you, Will" or "Help me survive cancer" looking strange and unrealistic, raising suspicions that AI technology had been used to make the events appear more spectacular than they actually were. This action drew further criticism of Will. Instead of building his career on genuine talent and hard work, the public felt he was using digital tricks to exaggerate his image and appeal, an effort perceived as artificial. Even as Will tried to demonstrate his continued charisma, this period highlighted that even once magnificent stars face a double challenge: restoring their reputation while maintaining audience trust, especially in an era where social media and AI are constantly reshaping standards for images and entertainment. In addition, another shocking piece of news involving Will Smith emerged last year. Do you remember the high-profile event on December 13, 2024? At the Observatory North Park Theater in California, Will Smith, star of King Richard, publicly addressed for the first time the rumors circulating about his alleged connection with Diddy, the American rap mogul. On stage, speaking frankly but with firm resolve, Will Smith asserted that he had never attended any of Diddy's SX parties. He said, "The world we live in today makes it really hard to distinguish what's real and what's fake. I've seen countless memes, countless jokes, but I want to make this perfectly clear. I have nothing to do with Puffy, Diddy's other name, so all of you can stop that nonsense right now." His words echoed through the tense, anticipatory atmosphere as hundreds of audience members hung on every word. The situation became even more serious as the public speculated about Will Smith's involvement in the so-called freak-offs parties hosted by Diddy. According to investigations, Diddy was accused of coercing female victims into using addictive substances to keep them obedient and compliant. Beyond that, Diddy allegedly orchestrated filming, carried out acts of abuse, threw objects, and even dragged victims after sexual encounters, causing serious injuries to multiple individuals. On stage, Will made his stance unequivocally clear. "I was nowhere near that man. I did not do anything foolish. Whenever you hear otherwise, know that it's complete lies." He also highlighted a detail that was both amusing and serious. Regarding 1,000 bottles of baby oil seized from Diddy's residence under an unreleased indictment, Will remarked, "I don't even like baby oil." Will Smith's clarification came just a few days after Jay-Z was named in a civil lawsuit on December 8, 2024, alleging that he and Diddy had engaged in misconduct with a 13-year-old girl back in 2000. Meanwhile, Diddy, the 55-year-old rapper, continues to plead not guilty to charges including sex trafficking, extortion, and involvement in prostitution, and is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York after multiple denials of bail. This story once again sent shockwaves through the public, fueling debates, rumors, and astonishing details circulating widely across social media. By speaking out directly, Will Smith attempted to set the record straight and protect his reputation. But the lingering question remains: will the public truly believe him? As time goes by, have you ever wondered where Will Smith is now and what he's been up to? Recently, he sent fans into a frenzy by posting a series of behind-the-scenes photos from Bad Boys 1 to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the film franchise. On April 7th this year, Will shared the photo set on Instagram, tagging his old colleagues from co-stars Martin Lawrence, Michael Imperioli, Joe Pantoliano, to director Michael Bay, and producers Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson. He emphasized that 30 years ago, these filmmakers took a bold risk by choosing them, and it was that daring move that gave birth to Bad Boys, creating a classic action film brand that still resonates today. Among the photos, in addition to the main male leads, Will also shared behind-the-scenes moments with actresses Tia Leone and Teresa Randall, adding a warm, nostalgic feeling for viewers. He wrote, "Grateful for all the love from the fans that we've received over the years." The post garnered over 300,000 likes and 1,000 comments, with countless fans expressing that the Bad Boys series was a part of their childhood and will never go out of style. One fan even mentioned that the acting chemistry between Will and Martin Lawrence inspired them to pursue a career in acting, while many others highlighted the soundtrack, fashion, and cinematography as elements that helped the franchise maintain its appeal for 3 decades. Just to recap, Bad Boys 1 was released in 1995 as director Michael Bay's feature film debut and grossed over $141 million worldwide. The story follows two detectives, Marcus Burnett, Martin Lawrence, and Mike Lowry, Will Smith, on a mission to recover $100 million worth of drugs within 72 hours. A tense, thrilling story filled with humor and camaraderie. Since then, the Bad Boys franchise has added 3 more installments released in 2003, 2020, and 2024. The latest project, Bad Boys, Ride or Die, directed by Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah, marks Will Smith's strong return to the big screen following the 2022 Oscars slap incident with Chris Rock. The film has grossed over $400 million at the box office, placing Will among the top 10 highest-earning actors in Hollywood for 2024. According to Collider, after 4 films, the Bad Boys brand has earned approximately $1.22 billion, a massive figure that proves despite personal storms, Will Smith has been quietly working to reclaim his place in Hollywood. Of course, it may still take a long time for audiences to fully forgive him for what happened. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Even a little attention and support is enough to make a big difference. If you found this video useful and entertaining, please subscribe, and turn on notifications. Every comment you leave means a lot to us and is an incredible help in preparing our next content. If you have any questions or topics you want us to explore further, please leave a comment. We will continue striving to bring you better content and deeper stories. Wishing you good health, and may every day of yours be filled with wonderful things. Thank you, and see you in the next video.